interact the power of concentration in the environment, which few people acquire except through education. It is true that it interacts naturally to some extent, but people are not likely to acquire enough without allowable intellectual education. There's a equality which distinguish for concentration. When perfect concentration should be intense, prolonged. Intense, prolonged, and voluntary, bluntly. Intensity is illustrated by strong Archimedes. He said to Hector, Romans came together because he was absorbed in a mathematical problem. Absorbed in a mathematical problem in balance solving it. To be able to concentrate on the same thing for a long time is essential to difficult achievement. As long as the object is of great interest, this is brought about naturally. Bring about to result his laziness brought about his failure. Balance solving is to be able to. Most people can work on mechanical puzzle for a long time. Not an Excel values. To be really valuable. Measurements and control the world. I think it is above all the control of the will. That is mutual education. Mutual. Scientific discoveries are great interest to me. Bring about working and also this proposal is I need to so very creative. Bubble. And there are many things, but the bubble I need a core. Besides inviting me to the party, he introduced me to her. She is said to have been an actress. It is that. It is because of the way that I didn't go machine. Besides intellect, the power of concentration is a very important quality which few people acquire except through education. It is true that it develops naturally to some extent, but people are not likely to acquire enough concentration without a long period of intellectual education. There are three qualities which distinguish perfect concentration from imperfect concentration. Perfect concentration should be intense, prolonged, and voluntary. Intensity is illustrated by the story of Archimedes. He is said to have taken no notice when the Romans came to kill him, because he was absorbed in the mathematical problem and bent on solving it. To be able to concentrate on the same thing for a long time is essential to difficult achievement. As long as the object is of our interest, this is brought about naturally. Most people can work on a mechanical puzzle for a long time, but this is not, and itself very useful. To be really valuable, the concentration must also be aimed at control of the will. I think it is above all the control of the will that is nurtured by education. Nurtured. For a long time, people have looked for ways to preserve food so that it could be used later. We have no idea how or when people discovered methods of food preservation. The chances are that hungry hunters ate dried berries or grapes. They took to the taste of them and took some home. Later, people learned how to dry berries and grapes by exposing them to the sun. Perchance, people may have left some food in the snow. They saw that these cold or frozen foods lasted too longer than fresh foods. They found about that salt prevented food from spoiling. They also came to know that cooking kept food from going bad. Later, people learned how to tame animals and to grow crops. They gave up wandering and made homes. They learned how to make cheese and butter from the milk of small animals and to make wine from the grapes they grew. They found that when wine soured It became vinegar and could be used to preserve foods. New ways of preserving food were added to their knowledge. I remember meeting an American by accident on a long distance bus. He never stopped talking all the way, which annoyed me a lot. Americans in 9 cases out of 10 are talkative people, and it's easy to make friends with them. They feel most comfortable and putting their thoughts into spoken words. Little is left to the imagination of the listener. An American much prefers to say exactly what he has in mind. When talking with American for the first time, you may notice that the conversation makes quick progress. It is common for travelers who have sat down beside each other to have almost finished exchanging their life stories by the time they get to their destination. If you should meet such a talkative American, you would not be so nervous. You need to you need not think you have to answer all the questions you were asked. Just turn the conversation back to him by asking questions of your own. He will be content to talk about himself. Content. 喜んで